I'm Laura Ray, and welcome to our live stream. I'm so excited you're here tonight. I'm going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite subjects, and that is skincare and makeup on a budget. So I'm so happy you're here. If you're watching the replay, I hope you will subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoy this live stream, that you'll give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that this is something that you enjoyed and that other women might enjoy also. Let's start with something new that I'm using on my skin that is very affordable for what it is, and that is vitamin C. I started on vitamin C when I was around 40 years old. The dermatologist had recommended SkinCeuticals, which over time has gone up and up. I think I paid over $100 when he suggested that I should try it. Well, I found this one that was highly recommended on many sites, and I did some reading and it seemed like a really good one. It's around $19.99, and it's from TruSkin. It's their vitamin C facial serum. I'm loving it. I had gone off vitamin C a couple of years ago when I broke out with rosacea. The dermatologist said, go off everything. Hello to everybody who's here. I'm so glad. Debbie, welcome. You are here, and she says, I finally caught your live. I'm so glad you're here. Natalie and Helen, welcome, and Leslie. So we're talking about vitamin C, and that is one of those skincare products that can be so pricey. Like I said, the one the dermatologist recommended to me at the time was over $100. Well, so far, I've been back on vitamin C. I've been off of it for about 2 years because I was worried it was going to stir my skin up. When I first broke out with rosacea, the dermatologist said, get off of it. Just go off for a while, and we're going to use some really gentle things. I was using Vanicream, La Roche-Posay, these brands of moisturizers, and keeping things like vitamin C out of the picture because I was just trying to get my skin clear. But I'm in a really good place with my skin now. It doesn't seem to be so reactive. So I'm back on this C. It's around a little under $20 on Amazon, and I'm really happy with it. One of the reasons I went with this is because they said in the reviews it was great for sensitive skin. There were other things mixed with it. It's not quite as strong as some vitamin C's that are out on the market, and that's actually what I wanted. I don't want something super strong, but I want that bright skin that I get from vitamin C. So I'm back on it, and I'll let you know more how that goes. And I just want to take a moment to welcome Linda and Analyzing My Life. She says, I set an alarm so I wouldn't miss the live. Well, thank you so much. And Debbie's here from Las Vegas. So I see that Debbie says she's trying the Vichy vitamin C now. And actually, Debbie, I have that. And I'm trying that also. I was trying that before I ordered this, but I wanted to see how they would compare. So I'll let you know on that. The Vichy was sent to me. I purchased the TruSkin myself, and I wanted to see how reactive my skin would be. My skin did not have any reaction to the Vichy. And I know that comes highly recommended from dermatologists. So I think that's a great one. And oh, I'm so glad you're here. It says David Johnson, but I'm thinking it's someone else. So we're glad. A lot of people use a spouse or a friend's account. So it says it doesn't say their name. And Anne, she says, I'm doing the same thing right now. All bland skincare. It's driving me nuts. But now that I've had patch testing, I know I'm allergic to everything. Yes, they wanted to do that for me too. And it's Casey. That's not David. It's Casey. Hi, Casey. I'm glad you're here tonight. And I see E. Jarvis says, have you tried e.l.f. Holy Hydration? Great for sensitive skin. I did buy an e.l.f. product, but I don't think it was the Holy Hydration, and I did like it. But I've heard so many great things about that, and I do want to make sure that I try that so I can talk to that. Now for cleanser, I want to say I owe so much to La Roche-Posay because this is what I was using when I did break out with rosacea. I have tried other cleansers since. I brag about the Aveeno, the Oat Calm and Restore. That is fantastic. I love something about this and this. I've tried CeraVe, and I like this better than CeraVe. The price difference isn't much. I feel it's worth it. I think that one is more watery. And what I like about La Roche-Posay, it's got a little bit more of a cream texture to that, the formula, and I like that a lot. So hello to B. Walker. I'm so glad you're here. And Debbie says, I have sensitive skin too, and mine has become sensitive, I really believe, from all the harsh skincare I used as a kid for my acne. I think now at 57, I'm sort of just more reactive to that. So I have really had to look for things that are fragrance-free, that are great for my skin. Now, one moisturizer I've been talking about, because tonight we are talking about budget. We're talking about the almighty dollar and what we can get for a great price. And I love this one from Gold Bond. This is around $5 for this size. You can get a huge pump of it for $7.97, around that price on Amazon. I have all of the products linked in the description beneath the video. So if you'd like to take a look at the prices for everything, but I don't think I have anything here. The most expensive thing is around $19.99 tonight. The rest are far below that, and the things that are more expensive, some of them are skincare, like the vitamin C. But as I said, $19.99 versus now I think that product I was on from the dermatologist is around $120 or $130. That's a huge price difference. So I see Charla, hey, from the Middle Tennessee. Oh, wow. She says the e.l.f. Holy Hydration is awesome. She loves that. Oh, I appreciate you so much, Casey, more than you know. I hope you all will forgive my froggy voice. I've got a bit of laryngitis, so I sound a little bad tonight, but I'm going to push through because I have so many great things to share with you. One that I've been talking a lot about, and I did a community post about, is this one from Good Molecules. I'm trying more and more of their products because they have so many great affordable products. So I want to see if it's worth, if you're still getting your money's worth. $6 is still a lot if it's wasted. If it's not something that actually works, to me, I consider that $6 down the toilet. So I love this one, the Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. And for me, what this is this is replacing the Vichy one. I bought the Mineral 89. I love it. It works beautiful on the skin. But this seems to be doing the same for me, and it's $6. So I really love it. Now, I've been putting it other places and trying it out. I've been trying it on my lines, on my forehead. I try it in the middle here where I've got a little line. So I'm trying to see if it'll plump some of those up because it has caffeine in it. And that's the main ingredient that I was trying to get that's in the Vichy 89. The Mineral 89 is caffeine. And this has caffeine too, and it's $6. So I think that's great. I've had no allergic reaction to it. It sinks in the skin quickly, which is great for double moisturizing. And when I say that, I love this Suhada, the Suhada. This is amazing. That is a tongue twister there for me. But what I do is I take the Yerba Mate, put this on first, sort of plump up those fine lines, and then go in with this eye cream because they have different ingredients. They're not the same at all. And this has the Urea in it. And what I found has happened with the Urea is my under eye is much smoother. As BTS would say, smooth like butter. It is such a difference. Like before I had a lot of little crepiness under the eyes. And when I used this, within a few times, I was like, what happened here? It looks like somebody took and just smoothed that out. So it's really amazing, and it's worked great for me. So at night, I use just the Urea eye cream, and then in the day, sometimes I do both. I will put the Yerba Mate on, plump those lines up, and then put this on top. And the nice thing is both of them dry completely for putting on makeup. That is number one for me, because I cannot wear an eye cream that's going to stay where all my eye makeup is going to be all over the place. So I see Helen says she uses, you say it, Natrium. It works good for sensitive. I've seen that brand. I haven't tried anything yet from them. So do you have a specific product you love that you'd recommend? If you put it in the comments, Helen, that would be great. And or even leave a comment later after the live so I can go ahead and purchase the product and try it out. And Anne says, I really enjoyed the Gold Bond Crepe Corrector Lotion. She's saying for the chest area, I've had to stop it for a while. It has fragrance until my skin starts behaving. I can totally understand that. And we've got some great recommendations in the comments. So I see that Analyzing My Life says, Mrs. Melissa M. turned me on to the Urea cream. Yes, that's where I originally was hearing about it. And in the video when I spoke about it, I talked about her. And I would love for everyone to watch one of Melissa's videos if you've never been over to her channel. She is starting to post again, but she had to take some time off. She lost her father recently, and she's such a beautiful person. She works so hard on her videos. And if everyone would go over there and give her a thumbs up, that would be amazing. And Helen says, yes, I definitely will. You know, YouTube doesn't like it if we don't post, and it really hurts our channels. So anyone that doesn't know Melissa and doesn't watch her regularly, I would love for you to go over to Miss Melissa M and watch her videos. She's wonderful. And I have a couple more skincare I want to share with you that are affordable. This RoC, I've been using this. This is their Deep Wrinkle Filler. Now, even after I put the eye cream on, both of them, I can put this in and it will dry down. I will just go right into any lines around here for some smile lines, some in my forehead. So I don't put this all over my face. I only put it where I see lines. And so far I'm liking it. They claim there's immediate results. Like the first time you use it, you should go, wow, that looks a little bit better. And I did. I really did. I stared in the big magnifying mirror to see if I could see a difference, and I did see a little difference. Not like Photoshop or somebody are totally erasing the lines, but they did look softened. This is so affordable. I think it's around $13 or $14. So what a great product. When I talked about this before, so many women said that is really good and it's so affordable. And that's what we're talking about tonight, is affordable skincare, budget-friendly skincare. Now, I have something new to share with you that I'm super excited about. I have been trying so many new products from the Ulta brand, their brand of beauty, and I think they are so talked about. They are just flying under that radar. They have a lip mask. This is a Lavender Dreams. This is like so beautiful when you see this. Do any of you like purple? I love the shade purple. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just pretty to even look at. It is so moisturizing on your lips. I love it. This is around a $12 price mark. And yes, it does smell like lavender. Oh, I can't believe how inexpensive this is. This is just as good as any of the high-end lip potions that we put on our lips. And I just love it. I've never heard one person talk about this. And when I heard it was lavender, and I saw the shade through the packaging, I said I had to try it. It even comes with, look, a little scooper to scoop some out so you can see it. It is amazing. So if you are suffering right now with dry lips this time of year, I really recommend that. I think it's great and so affordable. It's around $12. Hello to Carla from Real Chicks. We're so glad you're here, Carla. And so I'm just thrilled to have all of you here tonight. We're talking about budget-friendly skincare and makeup. I do have to mention my favorite Beautehacks Lip Mask. I've given away so many of these to people that I know every day at school, friends, and I've done them as giveaways many times. I love this. This keeps my lips full, plump, again, so affordable, and I just love it. So there's 2 lip masks that I would recommend that are great and affordable. Now let's talk about foundation. We're going to move into makeup now, and I have some new stuff to share with you that I love. I have mentioned this first one, but it's like hot right off the shelves right now, and that's the Neutrogena Sensitive Skin. Hello, I'm so happy they're recognizing us, people with sensitive skin. Serum foundation. I'm wearing it right now, and it is pretty much, for me, a perfect foundation. It builds, it really is a lot like the MAC, the Face and Body that I love so much. I've talked about that a lot in the past couple of months. This is so much like it. It comes with a dropper. It's not too messy. Some of these have been very messy that I bought with droppers, although I just got some on my finger. It's not messy, and wow, does it build. It builds up beautifully. If you have any discoloration, you can just put some on and then let it dry and tap a little bit more until you get the level of coverage that you want. It does not get in my lines. That is my number one thing I'm so happy about. Some foundations, I was trying one the other day from Maybelline. It's the one that's the 30-hour foundation. Now, I don't need 30 hours, but I all day kept getting it right here in these lines and right here. And all day I was patting, going like this on my face to try to blend it out. And I'm going to keep working with it. I'm not a quitter. I did use, when I put it on, I believe I used a brush that day. It's sort of got a mousse texture, but I'm going to use my pawpaw sponge next and try it. But I had such trouble with that. This is pretty perfect. If this had another name that was high-end on it, you would believe it. You trust me, you really would. And I see Debbie says, maybe I could tolerate that if it's very thin. It is as thin as water, pretty much, Debbie. It's so buildable. It's lovely. It's one of my favorite that I've ever tried. I've had no itchiness, no rash. That, of course, would be a deal breaker for me, too. So I love that one. Now, I want to talk about 2 more foundations. One I've mentioned a couple of times now, the one from Ulta Beauty. This is their Youthful Glow foundation. These are like a serum drop. These feel a lot like the MAC, but almost like somebody put a little bit of oil into it. So it spreads even easier. It's got a little less of a water feel and more of a serum feel, and that they call it a serum. And it's so thin, beautiful, buildable, just like the Neutrogena. So I feel like this has more of a serum texture where the Neutrogena has a little more of a water texture. But both of them I apply usually with my fingers, just pat it in really gently, and then I take a sponge and just blend it out, and you get such beautiful coverage. These foundations, both of them, if you put them in a high-end packaging, put one of the brand names on it that charges more, you would believe it. You would think that that was a high-end foundation. Now I have a brand new to me. Oh, let me finish with the foundation. I have one last. I do want to give mention to, this was in my beauty awards, If you haven't seen that, I think I did that video back around October. But I did a whole video awards where I picked 2 products from each category of makeup that I thought were amazing. And this was in that. And I love this CoverGirl. Now, this is a fuller coverage foundation than the 2 I showed you. It builds up faster, so I don't layer this. Usually 1 is enough. And this is not one I would ever use a brush with. I use a sponge when I apply it, but I love it. It's beautiful. It covers everything. So if you struggle with pigmentation issues, this will give you more coverage if that's what you're looking for. So again, budget friendly, affordable. I've worn this 12-hour days and it looks fresh when I come home. So this is one I wore a lot to work because I don't like to mess with my makeup. I don't have time most days to mess with my makeup during the day. So when I put this on, it's on for good. So I really love it. And hello to Lydia. She's in freezing Illinois. Well, I wonder, what is your temp there, Lydia? In North Florida, our temperature has been this week in the low 40s and 30s. So we are getting, that's probably why my voice is so hoarse. We've had such strange weather. One minute I'm on the beach dancing, the next minute it's freezing cold and I've got 3 layers of clothing on. So the weather here has been very erratic. And Linda says it's really cold in South Carolina. I love South Carolina, Linda. The Carolinas are 2 of my favorite states. Now I want to talk about a primer that I have not heard anyone talk about. And this is one from Good Molecules. It's a little pricier than some of the drugstore primers, but it's amazing. And it's not a silicone kind of primer. Now, I'm recommending one of those in my video on Saturday. The video on Saturday is also going to be very budget-friendly products, but this is a silicone-free, and it is beautiful. If you just want moisture, this is your primer. It is gorgeous. It says that it has in it shea butter, macadamia seed oil, and a plant-derived silicone alternative. So I love it. It goes on just like a moisturizer, but it sinks in the skin quickly, so I don't have to wait a long time to apply my makeup. I don't have time in the morning. My time is so tight every morning, and I don't have time for things to take a while to dry. So I want something that I can put on, will prime the skin, and I can just maybe do my eyeshadow and then start in on my face makeup. Now this primer just gives my skin a beautiful surface to apply makeup on, and when I use this, I don't need regular moisturizer. So this is really your moisturizer in one, unless you have super dry skin. So I would still put my eye cream on that we talked about at the beginning. I love putting those on regardless of what primer I'm using. But this one from Good Molecules is great for moisturizing and priming your skin. So if you think about it that way, you're sort of saving money because you don't need to put on a separate moisturizer and you're getting your primer all in one. And I love the way my makeup sits on it. So I've been very happy with this. And Anne says 10 degrees in Chicago. Oh my gosh, with a wind chill of 0. That's what gets me. It is the wind. The wind really gets you. I'm sorry, Anne. If I could, I'd send you a big fluffy blanket. And Victoria says it's freezing in Scotland. Oh my gosh, welcome and I am part Scottish too. I did the ancestry and I was Scottish. And so Irish, it's so fun to look into that, but Western European. So welcome, Victoria. We're so glad you're here all the way from Scotland. And Anne says she doesn't mind the cold too much. It's fun for a change for me, but it's a lot when you're from Florida, right? We're not used to it. And Jennifer's here all the way from the shores of Michigan. in Northwest Indiana. Wow, that's one, Lake Michigan rather, in Indiana. I love that area of the country. Mackinac Island is my favorite. I talk about it all the time. Now I have an eyeshadow palette that there has been a lot of drama about. The drama started on Riza Loves Makeup because Riza, I love Riza, and Riza showed an eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild that she got at Walmart. Well, apparently Walmart does not stock the same products at every Walmart, but they also won't send them online depending on where you live in the country. So Riza talked about a nude palette, which I'll be showing in my video on Saturday. And this is the one called Always Blushin'. So what happened was people went to order it and couldn't get it. And so Riza, you know, she was so disappointed about it because it was such an amazing palette, and she said it was one of the favorites she's ever tried. Well, now on Amazon, they have the nude and this one, Always Blushin'. And like I said, I've already filmed my video for Saturday. I'm working on that right now to get ready for you for then. And I'll show the nude. But I did my eye look tonight with this. I think the nude and this, just like Riza said, is the best Wet n Wild has ever done. These shadows are beautiful. They do kick up some powder, but some of the high-end ones, I was thinking like Too Faced. I've been using my chocolate bar palette lately. It's a repurchase. I love that palette. That was kicking up a lot of powder the other day. So I just love this though because it's got some nudes in it. It's got this dusty rose shade that is probably my all-time favorite shade. I love this. And if you look here, we've got like nudes and then plums and then deeper shades that are great for lining the eye. And this palette is a mixture of cool and warm shades. So I think all of you, I promised you, many of you love cool shades, that I would start bringing some cooler shades because I tend to lean more warm because of my own eye color. But this is a gorgeous palette. Now these glitters, there's one glitter here that is true glitter. I probably won't use that much, but these others are shimmers. I'll show you here. It's very hard in the videos when doing them live. I'm afraid to move the camera in too close that I'm going to mess up the video here. But I am wearing this in the center of the eye along with something else I want to show you. And this is so affordable. It's gotten, the price of it has dropped dramatically on this since it came out. It's the Master Chrome from Maybelline. This is beautiful. It's what I'm wearing on my cheek right now as a highlighter, but what I really love it for is the center of the eye, to brighten the eye up. It is just absolutely stunning, and a lot of these that are in the rose shade tend to be more expensive. Like high-end brands come out with a lot with the shade Rose. Rose was a little harder to find at the drugstore. Now this year I'm starting to see more come out, which is great. But this, I love it. Love it for the eyes too. Now another product I wanted to talk about with you is a brand new product from Revlon. And this is their Colorstay Skin Awaken. This is a new concealer. They call it a 5-in-1. And here we go. It has caffeine and vitamin C. Love it. It's so thin. It spreads beautifully. I can actually just take it, pat it in with my finger, and be done. It's that thin. And if you look at it here, it's got a nice little sponge. Now, what's great about this, it comes also in the shade Universal and Brightener. So I've ordered Brightener. It's not here yet, but I have the Universal, the 001, and I love it. This is great for concealing around the nose. I've used it under my eyes tonight. Now, I also bought the shade Light Beige because I wanted to try it in a regular shade, and I love this too. But the formula of it is just so thin, it is almost like a serum, the feel of it. and it blends beautifully. I can just rub it right into the skin. Oh my gosh, I got to start wearing this on my hands. My hands look better. I could cover a spot there in my hand with it. But it's just beautiful. I love this. I was recommending this to my mom the other day. She ordered the NYX that I've been talking about, the serum, and she was excited to try that. And I said, that's great, but this is also great too, and it has vitamin C and caffeine. So again, that's the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken. Sometimes these are very hard to find at the store, but they have them on Amazon, and I have all the links beneath the video. So I got a few more goodies I want to share with you. Let's talk about cheeks. Right now I'm wearing a blush that I've loved for maybe 5 or more years, and it's from CoverGirl, and it's in the shade Soft Mink. This is one of their original blushes they had that's been out a very long time. I love it because the shade of it is almost like a peachy nude. It's just a little bit unique. I don't see a lot of blushes this color. So Debbie says, wow, like that, Laura, not too shimmery. Yes, absolutely. And Anne says she loves to look at warm palettes, but they don't always work for her. And so I understand, because I feel the same way about cool colors. I have hazel eyes, so they're green with brown in the middle, and I find that warm shades just seem to liven up my eyes more than cool, but I still love cool, so I still try them. And Victoria, I love it. She says she's taking notes. I love that. So this is one of their classic colors. This is like $6. It's so inexpensive. It's around that. And Leslie says she likes Soft Mink. It's a shade I've repurchased several of these because it's just an amazing shade, and I think it would work on a lot of skin tones. Now, another one that I feel is just amazing are these baked blushes from Milani. I've fallen back in love with these. I bought some from Laura Geller. Many of you have asked me about Laura Geller, and I wanted to see if I could find a shade dupe, and I wasn't able to do that, but I said, wow, these look just like the Milani, and the Milani are so much less money. And when I went on to Amazon to do the links, I'm looking at the prices, and some of these now are around $7. I remember when I would go to CVS, and they would be much more than that. So the prices have come down on them because they've been around a little bit. This shade that I'm showing you is 03. It's Berry Amore. And this one is one that I bought recently. I didn't buy before. I had Luminoso, several of the shades, but I love this berry. And it's just beautiful. And Leslie says she has hazel eyes too. And Linda says, I had that blush in high school, the Mink color. Wow, I didn't realize it had been out that long. It's been a while since I've been in high school. I don't know about you, Linda. I graduated in '82, but I love it. So I will keep buying it because that's a favorite. Now, something I want to plant a seed here for you to think about is that you can contour very inexpensive with a face powder that's a little deeper shade, and maybe get a better contour than if you buy a product made to be a contour. So this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Powder, but it's in the shade 200, and that's called Rich. This is what I've contoured with tonight, and I love it. It blends beautifully. I think this can look a little more natural than some bronzers that I've tried before. So if you've never tried a deeper shade of face powder, you can even just go up 2 shades from your natural shade that you use all the time, unless you use, of course, translucent. Some of my powders are translucent, but a lot of you buy a shade. So if you go up a couple of shades, you can have a really great contour shade or bronzer. And Anne says, I love that Milani brush. blush, she has Dulce Pink. That's another gorgeous shade that I really like too. Now I have a face powder I've never talked about to share with you. It's actually a translucent setting powder with rosehip seed oil in it. It's from Ulta and it's called Positive Mindset. I love the name of it. And so I'm using this tonight on my skin. I really like it. It's very, very soft and it goes right into the skin, and I feel it helps blur my lines a little bit and it sets the makeup beautifully. Again, the great thing with these Ulta Beauty products is they run a lot of sales. Buy one, get one 50 off. So you can score some really great deals. I've gotten lip liners from them, eyeliners, lots of products when it goes on sale, and products that I really love a lot. So that would be a tip, that's a great way to save money over there with these Ulta products when they go on sale. Now my brows, my mother bought the brow gel I've been talking about, the NYX. She loves it, but she said to me on the phone the other day, I still have to do something to my tail of my brow. And I said, so do I. Don't feel bad, because if you have just 2 hairs or 3 hairs, there's nothing for those brow products to catch on to. And I'm sure some of you can relate. I can't be the only one that has 2 or 3 hairs at the end of my brows. So I suggested this to her. This is from Maybelline. It's their Brow Ultra Slim. This has such a tiny, tiny pencil at the end. You can really draw a nice tail on the end of your brow. I also like it for the front because I like to extend my brow. My brow really starts about here. I like to bring it over a little bit here to make the brow look thicker. Now on the other side of the slim pencil, you have your own brush here. So you can brush through the brows. So what I've been doing is going in first, sort of penciling in everything, and then going over with the thicket, getting the brows thicker, and then if I need to fill in any place, I take this slim pencil and go in there. And that's really been great. So awesome with that. And a couple more products. I heard something fall. I hope it's not something I'll go at the end. Oh, I wanted to show that. I want to show you what I'm wearing on my lips. On my lips, I've combined 2 things. This is the Milani, this is their glossy lipstick. Now, let me tell you, this can get very confusing in the world of Milani because they have some matte lipsticks in the same packaging. They look the same, but the packaging on the outside of this is glossier. The packaging on the matte has the same look, where it's sort of like diamond cut, but it has a matte look to the packaging. So they're very hard to tell apart, so you have to be careful. And this is the red that I'm wearing, and it is called Seduce. I love it. It is so glossy. Look at it on my hand. I'm going to put it on here so you can see. It is so shiny and beautiful and gives moisture to the lips. I think these are gorgeous. Now, these have been out for a little while, and I just bought the red recently. I've tried other shades, but I bought the red recently because I've been doing more red. And I thought, what a great way for someone that doesn't want to wear a creamy red to break into the world of red or wear some red. When I first started wearing red on my lips, I would wear something that, like a lip balm or something that was very thin and not very thick on the lips. And I found I really liked red. I've stayed away from red most of my life, and now I feel like it sort of livens me up and makes me look a little, happier. So I'm really into the reds now, and I'm just really enjoying it. Now, another shade that I mixed with it tonight is one that those of you that like lighter shades, like a pinky nude will love. And actually, Melissa55, another great YouTuber. I talked about Melissa. I just did a video, which I hope you guys got to see, about beauty tips from YouTubers that are over the age of 50. And I highlighted 10 tips that I have used in my makeup game that have really helped me. And I mentioned about Melissa because she has really helped me when I was transitioning from straight hair into curly hair, because she does her hair both ways. And she had a lot of great tips. Well, this is a shade Melissa likes too. I had bought it and then I heard her talking about it also. This is CoverGirl Honeyed Bloom and number 245. I wear this alone, but what I did today, and this is a good thing you can do if red feels like too much, take another lighter lipstick and just go in the center. And it takes it down a notch. I love doing that. I do that a lot. You know, Marilyn Monroe's makeup artist used to use 5 shades of red on her lips. So a lot of times if people are having their makeup done for a wedding, a special occasion, the makeup artist will have a palette of shades and will dip into different ones, mix them together to give a very unique look to the lip. And I love doing that. I will often mix lipstick shades together. So if you haven't tried that, maybe that's a little inspiration for this week. You can just shop your stash, go in, see what shades you have, and mix them up. Make some fun colors. That's always great. And Marianne, thank you so much for that compliment. She says the beauty tips video was so good. I appreciate that. I loved highlighting those women. I think we need to build each other up more in our community. I really would love to see that. I'm all about supporting other women, whether it's at my school. I've mentored so many teachers, I can't even count. And it's such a joy for me to see them off teaching their students and being successful. Some I've mentored are principals now. So maybe one day they'll be my boss. But I love empowering women and supporting them. I'm all about that. So I loved doing that video. I really enjoyed it. Now, one last thing I wanted to mention before we wrap it up is this lip liner. This is awesome. I mentioned it before. If you haven't bought it and you love pinky nude, you gotta have it because it's so affordable. It's around $5. I'm gonna order a second one. It's that good. And it's from NYX, and the shade on it is sand, let me just double check. Yes, sand beige. Now, one great tip I would say is you don't have to feel you gotta match this with a matching lipstick. I use this even when I use my reds. I used it tonight to outline my lips. So don't feel you're trapped into matching a lipstick to this. You can take this shade and use a lot of lipsticks you already have and change the look of them. I think the great thing about makeup is creativity. Just taking things you have, trying out different things. I think that is so much fun, and it can really add a lot of joy to your life, having more creativity. So I think this is just a fantastic liner and $5. And it really lasts well all day. I like some days if I'm really concerned about I'm going to be drinking more coffee or more water, I will use that lip liner, fill my whole lip, take the little CoverGirl lip balms that they just came out with that I've been talking about. I have them everywhere. The Blushy Berry, the one that I said is like black honey, and I'll go on top of that lip, and I've got a shiny lip that doesn't look too dry, but I've got that color underneath that will last, that has great lasting power. So Helen, thank you for your sweet comment. She says, I just wear lip gloss. I'm afraid of wearing red. You know what I did? I was afraid of it too, Helen, and I wore it around the house for a few days. And my husband is obsessed with the red lipstick. He loves it. So I did it for him, and now I do it for myself because I really love it. But Debbie says, I like NYX. Used to use a stick highlighter by them, but was discontinued. I know, they had some great stick blushes when I first came on YouTube 7.5 years ago. It's been so long. They had some great little stick. You can still get them on Amazon. I saw them the other day. But when things have been out a long time ago, the price is usually jacked up. So sometimes I'll see makeup that originally was $7 and it says $35. And I just go, what? I can't believe that. I'm not paying $35 for that. But some, it's more affordable. So it's just, there's no rule for it. But Ann says, I really appreciate grown-up YouTube. I turned 50 today. Everybody wish Ann a happy birthday. That's awesome. Nice to see you out here supporting others in the beauty space. Oh, I so agree. That's why I started my channel, was there was hardly anyone 7.5 years ago. Now there's many more people my age. And you know what? I was starting to feel so isolated. I hardly knew anyone at school my age. I was one of the oldest teachers in the building, and I just felt like my life was getting so small. And I've always loved makeup. I've taken a lot of classes in makeup. And of course, as a dancer, you're always involved with makeup. And it's always been a passion for me. And so here I am, sharing here with all of you, having this beautiful night together that I never would have dreamt of 7.5 years ago. This really is mind-blowing. And I'm so glad that you ladies are all here. And how fun, Anne, that we all get to wish you a happy birthday. And if you watch in the replay, let's all wish Anne a happy birthday. I would love to have tons of happy birthdays for Anne. That is a big birthday when you turn 50. I remember that. I'm 57 now, but I remember that 50th birthday. That's a milestone. And Lydia says, I'm 61 and need beauty tips for my age. Well, welcome, Lydia. You're in the right spot because we talk a lot about beauty tips. And if you didn't see the video on last Saturday, full of tips from YouTubers over the age of 50 that I have watched and learned these tips from, then that's a perfect video for you. And I see Lisa Eldridge. Elhun says Lisa Eldridge recommends tapping dark or bright lipsticks on the lips to make them more wearable. I do that, and I love doing that, like where it is a lip stain. And there are a lot of lip stains out in the Korean brands. I have several of them. The Para, that brand makes some, and I love the look of the stain. It just looks like you're a little kid and you just had a cherry popsicle. It looks beautiful on the lips, and sometimes when I wear those stains, I'll just put a little clear lip balm on top, and that is awesome. Well, it has been a joy being with you ladies tonight. I want to wish Anne again a very happy birthday, and may you have many, many more. For those of you watching the replay, I hope that you enjoyed this video also, and I have another budget video coming out on Saturday. So for those of you interested about cool new products that are coming out that are budget friendly, this is an exciting year. Right now, this is an exciting time of year in the drugstore world. This is when a lot of new releases come out this time of year. I always look forward to it. And I will be sharing all of those that I can find with you. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I hope you will. I also have an Instagram. Now, my Instagram right now has dance on it. It has me dancing and some makeup and just sharing some of my life. I would love you to have you over there if that interests you. My channel over there is Laura Ray Beauty on Instagram. Also, this week I want to tell you that I'm going to have another giveaway for the Your Face pillow. I'm giving away one this week, and I'm going to have another giveaway. And thank you to Lisa for your donation. Wow, I think you're my first donation. So thank you, Lisa. That is so great. I appreciate your support of my channel. I love being here with you ladies, and it's just such a joy for me. So I hope you'll have a blessed and beautiful week, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much for stopping by, and love to all of you. Have a great week.